Hey everybody, welcome back to the 1919 roleplay with Fog and a very special guest, the Lightning Turk. Introduce.
Hello, everybody.
There he goes. He knew he was supposed to introduce himself. Such a smart guy. Alright, so, yeah, a little different. We know. Hope you're not fangirling yet. Cause,
I can hear their giggles.
oh yes. I can hear John just dying slowly. Oh, my computer's running slow. That's not good. Who cares? Okay, so what we're gonna do is me and Turk are gonna take turns going through the Daily European, starting with day 15. We're in day 16 now, and I'll start off, and we'll just take turns going up through the DE. I hope Turk has his DE open on day 15.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I am prepared.
Alright, so we're going to start out with the League of Nations post by France to start off the day. So, interested members, you have Egypt, current members, France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Argentina, awaiting approval. You have Britain, Spain, Britain, Japan, and US. I don't know why I said Spain there. Oh, because I said Spain 2 countries ago. Okay. And then he's got a little message at the bottom there. I'm not going to read through that one. And now Turk can read the Kiwi post, which is New Zealand.
All right. Have we been abandoned by the Empire? Now, as everybody knows, the British Empire sort of fell apart politically. All their separate portions tried to declare independence and were relatively successful.
Very.
So, very, very successful. In a speech in November, Prime Minister has informed the British populace in New Zealand that the British Royal Crown has given the Dominion of New Zealand independence, another independent nation. They've lost the protection of the Crown. The British Prime Minister is now the sovereign leader of New Zealand. They're going to have a parliament. They will support the British and Maori tribes because the British are tribal. If they would like to adopt a new constitutional monarchy or a democracy like the United States. So essentially, summed up, New Zealand is free. It wants to be like the United States. I'm guessing state governments, federal government.
Yep, Federal Republic.
And it's going to be heavily isolationist. Back to you.
Alright, sounds good. Well, next is your post about the RP recommendations. So, do you want me to read that, or do you want to read your own statement?
I feel like I would be super redundant if I just repeated my own statements. Go for it.
Alright. So, RP recommendations. Remember, this is not a simple game of kill-off AIs. As role players, you are expected to come up with a reasoning for your actions. Please come up with an accurate... oh no, I read that correctly. Please come up with an accurate and explanatory one, or all nations around you will gain a casus belli for an invasion of your territories. Let's not say we are taking this province. Actually explain why and make it detailed. Remember, we are role players. Thank you, Lightning Turk. Alright, now you get to read the Bukhara marches on Kazakhstan.
Ooh, Russian Civil War. Alright. In the wake of an imperial attack on northern Kazakhstan, Chairman Figelsky gave the order to march into territory in order to protect autonomous republic. So classic Soviet invasion.
That's very nice.
Imperial expansion has gone far enough, he proclaimed. It's time once again for the Bukhara Republic to be independent. They're going to be clashing with the Imperial Army soon. and there is massive military buildup in Russia at the moment.
Nice. Alright, next is an anonymous post. World News Daily. Battle of Helsingford. I get, yeah, that's Finland. Combatants, Finland and Poland. Outcome, Polish. Ferik? Victor? I don't know that word.
It's like bittersweet.
Okay, well, I don't think they had any victory in that, in my opinion. They completely got owned and wrecked, as
Yes.
I'll read in a moment. Losses, 50,000 plus Polish lost. Less than 10,000 Polish... Oh, whoa. Okay, that makes no sense. Okay, 50,000 plus Polish lost, or losses, less that... Okay, that's... Gosh, that's confusing me just because it's so
I'm
bad.
guessing 10,000 Finnish?
I guess. I'm guessing that's what we meant, but I'm not sure. If you're the writer of this, sorry, but I can't understand that. The start of the war for the capital of Finland came in the early hours as an entire army came onto the shores of Finland. Outer guards were able to warn the garrison, and the 22,000 soldiers of the capital met to meet the foes. Okay. So they went and parked on the beaches and waited for the herpadirt poles to reach the shores. Within hours they met, and much to the surprise of the Polish, the Finnish soldiers had prepared brutal killing zones. Many focused on waiting for a division to cross into sniper territory. Once the commanders were dead, the division often ran for it, leaving them easy pickings for the Finns. This came into great use when Poland attempted a great charge on the Finnish to overwhelm the garrison and capture its capital. It failed.
Anticlimactic.
Well, I'm just gonna summarize the rest because everyone understands what's going on now. Good article.
Yeah.
Enjoy the article. Good read. But for time's sake, we're gonna summarize it. So, the Polish pretty much just got bowed down worse than the Allies at Normandy, like 50 times worse, I would say.
50,000 times.
And then, well, the reason why it would be a bittersweet victory is because the Polish were allied with the Swedes, and the Swedes won the war against the Finnish, but the Polish got nothing out of it. The Polish invaded Finland for land. That is the only reason why he did it. I promise you that. That is the only reason why he would have invaded Finland, or anyone else.
Basically, he got what he was coming to. What was coming to
Yep.
him.
That's what you get when you try to land grab. Unless you're a superpower, then you get land. Alright, next is Canada's post. Novelis International Canada. You know what? I don't know French. Turk, take it away.
Oh, John, where is it? Alright. John's wonderful post. Freedom, expanding army, and infrastructure buildup. So, freedom, question mark? It was a stressful week for the Canadian Parliament as they wait for the word back from London. So basically they want freedom, they're gonna get it. This is all just political stuff in between. And then expanding the army. With Canada now becoming its own nation, the Canadian Army will have to grow in case of a nation attacking Canada. Basically, if the U.S. attacks Canada. Because that's the only nation that would attack Canada at the moment.
I may attack Canada.
And then become Poland. Alright, and then infrastructure buildup. They're going to make ports, railroads, and military bases. So, just expansion.
Yep.
Economic expansion.
Alright.
Take it away.
Alright, also, I read real quick on that. The British areas in Canada will remain with the British, which I can understand. I mean, which is playing as the UK. As much as he's been losing, why would he want to give away any more land than he has to? But if I was John, I would be preparing to take it from him. I would use the fact that it's Canadian land. There's Canadians in it, or people that can consider themselves Canadian, and I would build up and wait for a good chance to, challenge your claims on those British lands in Canada. Let's say World War II starts. Okay, UK is completely focused on Europe, and my colonies in Africa, I'm guessing he would try to take too. Well, he won't really be expecting anything from Canada, will he? Well, that's when Canada marches in with his army, takes all the land, and laughs at big stupid UK.
German influence aside,
Oh, yes.
in my opinion, I would say Canada should worry about its larger territorial neighbor to the south.
Yeah.
Because, well, at the moment, the UK hasn't finished land swap, and neither has Canada, actually. Right? Yeah, they're still taking Bethany.
Yeah.
Stay peaceful.
And also the U.S. could ally with the U.K. and then, well, Canada has to fight the U.S. and a postal.
That's another
yeah,
thing.
Postal we will be reading very shortly. In fact, I think Turk will be up for that one. The U.S. is wanting to expand the military, not downsize it after the Great War. All right, now I actually start my my turn with Riots in Cape Town by Johannes van Rensburg. The South African Outlook, 1919. Smoke and panic filled the air this morning in District 6 as vicious vandals tore down the security of quiet civility. The streets were filled with busy bodies of looters and hoodlums, as well as their terrorized victims. Many such victims had reported injuries of varying degrees, while the vandals suffered much more greatly at the hands of the Cape Town police. The riots heated up around 12:35 this afternoon when an argument between a not Constantinople.
Istanbul.
Yeah. A constable and a vagrant. An argument became violent, ending with the death of the latter. Soon thereafter, the constable reported being set upon by a variety of unsavory characters, presumably friends of the deceased. Matters only further escalated when an incoming squad of policemen was fired upon and subsequently returned fire, killing 3 more in the process. By the time any more than a dozen policemen had gathered, there were already 100 or more gawkers gathering around the scene of the action. By the time of the gunfire, there was perhaps 4 times as many. It was not long before the police were repelled and the mob, man, this is what happens when I try to do a video at 1 a.m. I can't read. Oh, we just lost Turk there. Anyways, I'll continue, and we'll try to get him back. It was not long before the police were repelled and the mob broke out across the city, unleashing with its torrent of public destruction. As of now, the riots continue. When they will stop, God only knows. Alright, let's try to get Turk back. Yeah. Maybe we can get him back.
My lovely intern. I'm sorry about that.
Yep, I just finished up my post. Welcome back.
Alright.
And
Good to be back.
Good to have you. Now you get to read America's post. Post-war troop levels, Marines deployed to the Caribbean.
Alright. But before that, I think this was South Africa's first post. And I gotta say, it's a really good post.
Yeah, it was.
For joining in late game, this is very nice. Alright. Post-war troop levels, Marines deployed to the Caribbean. As troops begin to filter back home to the United States, President Woodrow Wilson has determined that the discharge of these soldiers and a return to pre-war troop level is not in the nation's best interest. All right. Although less than a quarter of the troops mobilized for the Great War, the President has proposed an increase that will bring the United States Army to a minimum of 600,000. Wow. Okay. Despite many wishing to turn isolationist, the troop increase is expected to pass. In other news, communications have recently been disrupted with U.S. occupation forces that have been present in Haiti and the Dominican Republic since 1915 and 1916. He's dispatched a contingent of U.S. Marines to take it back. So, what the U.S. is doing right now is using the Platt Amendment to occupy certain nations in the Caribbean, which is a good strategy. And that large amount of armed forces will really scare everyone in the region.
Yep, makes ideas of the Third Reich a little bit less, what's the right word, appealing. Isolation from Italy. Okay, Italy has enacted a policy of isolationism for the time being in order to limit its dealings with the politics of the outside world, which is said to have a profound effect on the government and its peoples. As of now, all share map or SM maps are revoked to right-of-way bar two nations. Switzerland now falls under the protection of Italy. He did that because I started bombing Italy, and he thought that I was trying to annex Italy, but not Italy. I bombed Switzerland, and he thought that I was trying to take over Switzerland, but really, I'm just helping out Rick Wong become Switzerland.
So it's basically classic land swap confusion.
Oh yeah, always. Yep, now you got the Brazilian post.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Big post. Economy has huge growth, and Brazil issues warning to Europe, over the League of Nations. The economy has been hit with a boom through the last part of the year. Recent research shows that the Brazilian economy is growing at its fastest rate and at one of the fastest in the world. It is now inside the top 20 most efficient economies per citizen. There are now very little low-income houses. Very nice. The Brazilian army is also growing at a very fast rate, as it has reached 150,000 active troops. Note to self, never write the actual amount of troops you have on the DD.
Unless it's very massive and no one can really do anything about it.
It's a very nice hint for Argentina or anybody else in the region.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, APC has been increased as well, and the number will continue to increase. They're going to increase armored personnel vehicles, and 35K will receive 10K armored vehicles. That's a good military strategy.
Yeah.
Speaking on the League of Nations, the president believes that if the U.S. is not put into the league, oh, all right. So if the U.S. doesn't join, Europe will be in trouble.
And he has not stated why. Okay, so what he's done there is, we all know the League of Nations fails, and after the League of Nations fails, Germany kicks the world's butt. The entire world has to kick Germany's butt, and now we're here. Well, I guess Brazil was kind of trying to remind everyone about that, although, I don't know. I guess I kind of have mixed feelings about that, because it's kind of like, just shut up. No one thought it would fail this early. And then other half is like, alright, who cares? I guess I'll read my Switzerland and why Germany is bombing it.
Whoa.
Germany is conducting land swap for her neighbors, as the fatherland has artillery and the military to conduct these efficiently. Switzerland will be played by Rick Wong. Brussels is going to Belgium. Thank you. Fog. Oh, yeah, you get my post.
Oh my god. The post. Oh my god. Alright. Deutschland. The German army, forced into this by the Treaty of Versailles limitations on the nation, will be restructured and downsized greatly. President Herbert Adabert commented to the army earlier this morning. The maximum troop count for us is 200,000. Again, note to self. Whatever.
That's
barely. Oh wait, that's not the actual.
yeah.
Number.
That's the maximum
right.
I can get.
Good. Barely enough to conduct. Right. Defensive operations of the nation. Our men are always proud, strong, best trained, and the most loyal we could ever ask for. We believe that they will definitely be capable of defending their homeland, defend the fatherland. Restructuring. The German army will be restructured into 15 infantry divisions and 5 cavalry divisions. Although now with armored horses, also known as panzers, being introduced to the world in the Great War, as well as automatic guns such as machine guns, we wonder how effective cavalry will be outside the role of putting down revolutionaries and other civil disorder and unrest. Weapons of the German war machine. I don't know how to pronounce that. Due to limitations, I keep clicking down. Due to limitations, Germany is not allowed any panzers, armored cars, airplanes, or heavy artillery. While this does not prevent us from having regular caliber artillery, we don't believe that the German army could possibly protect the nation from an invasion using a mass number of these items. So the German army and top manufacturers, such as Krupp family, have all gotten together and basically said YOLO to make an artillery that can fit anti-tank and air rolls, as well as being a typical artillery piece, which is the one you've been spamming in the last few days.
Artillery for life.
7.7 centimeter gun, which is a 77 millimeter gun. It will be. The German army, in the meantime, will continue to use the Gewehr. I fell at this.
It's fine.
I'll pronounce it later. The Thingy 98 and Mauser C96s, as these are deemed fantastic rifles and fully capable of serving for years to come. Very good German weaponry. Foreign relations policy, as well as some insider reports of the future. Germany has good relations with a number of states around her. Germany has also reestablished normalized relations with us, the Japanese Empire, following the Great War, in which the Empire of the Rising Sun ate off Germany's Pacific theater colonies. They were very delicious, thank you, Fog. The German Republic would like to extend relations with nations all around the world as we make up the wrongdoings of our empire. Relations with Hungary are very complicated, not somewhat anymore, with certain revolutions and rebellions.
Oh yes.
But that's later to come. The monarchy and the republic held an alliance which no longer stands due to internal conflict. Also, the German keep clicking down. German government is observing Poland because Poland is very aggressive for some reason.
Well,
I'm gonna summarize a bit of this. Germany is very, very nice and has answered certain questions for us, certain pre-selected questions for the fatherland.
yes.
What do you see in the future of terms of relations with what many consider our natural enemy in France? And Adalbert likes this, and he says we should be friends. What do you think about Poland? Do you see it as a potential threat? Adalbert says the fatherland thinks Poland is a wonderful nation, and it looks very delicious, but we will not touch it for the time being. Hopefully. Can you comment on the sale of Trieste, Croatia to Italy? Germany is happy with the deal that was reached, and the sale of the lands to Italy has brought in much needed currency. What do you see in the future terms of relations with the United States? The Americans, unlike all of the rest of Europe, aren't very hate-filled towards the Germans, and they think we should be friends. What do you think of the Kaiser's return to Germany as a citizen of Germany? He doesn't really. He just, YOLO,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Uh,
Sorry, I had to summarize some of
I just knew you were gonna end up getting mine. Just, I think that's the longest post I've posted since I've came back to the game. Now I get a nice, moderate-sized Manchurian one, which I'm gonna summarize because I'm crap. Uh, I don't know how to say the whatever army. Uh,
The Feng Tiao.
okay, so pretty much they managed to put their flag or keep their flag on top of that tower that you see in the picture right here, and it's boosted morale. Uh,
They're currently kicking butt.
yeah, apparently that's what I'm reading here. So yeah, this Manchu China is doing great, guys. And we will. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to read there? Nah, not much. All right, now you get South Africa's post. Is that their second post now? Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Cool. Um, that guy of the northern Bawemba tribesmen calls for solidarity with Cape Town. Okay, I think I basically know this. Yes, I do know this post. Um, it's summary-wise, it's basically one of the leaders of the Zulu tribes that no longer completely hates the South Africans, thanks to communism. Lovely, lovely communism. And that's basically the general gist of it.
Alright.
That's literally it.
It sounds good. Alright, so it says Congolese, but it's Belgian. Activist hideouts found or discovered. 7 to 8 hideouts have been discovered, and the general in charge predicts that there are a lot more to be discovered. These are in Belgium's colony, by the way. Let's see if I can summarize this real quick, because we're already approaching half an hour here, and we haven't even got to day 16, which is what we're actually on.
Okay, we're gonna have to summarize the hell out of that.
Yeah. Pretty much, he's role-playing like rebels or something in Congo, and he's been, busting down their door and ruining their birthday parties. Which I would rebel against him if he did that.
Free the birthdays.
Eat cake. League of Nations. He intends on applying to League of Nations, and he'll contact France saying he wants to join in the Allies. He's declined to join them because he sees no reason to. Okay, now we're on day 16. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And let's see. Okay, League of Nations post. Alright, you take over on this one, I guess. Unless you want to read the art one right next to it.
I feel like we could skip the art one anyways. It's just art. The League of Nations grows. Current members: France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Britain, USA, Belgium, and Argentina. Awaiting approval: Japan. Rejected nations: Egypt for being a colony, and since the UK is already part of the League, there is no need to include vassals or colonies, but some Egyptian representatives will be allowed in meetings. Arabia: bad diplomacy, adds no value to the League, and almost caused a war by siding with the Republic of Turkey. As you guys remember in the beginning of the game,
Stumbling on
Turkey.
your own country's name.
Yes, I feel hurt, but he basically intended to take down Romania for the sole purpose of economic gain,
Oil.
which is bad art. Yes, oil, and bad RPing, but he's a good guy.
Maybe.
Sort of. Iran for siding with both Turkey and Egypt and almost causing major wars and for strong opposition against the West. Iran is permanently banned. Oh my God, classic history for Iran.
Oh yes.
For Japan, the Japanese government would like to announce that it will join the League of Nations.
Oh yay. Maybe Charles,
Yep.
which is playing France Tropical Wood, maybe he'll actually view this and hear that.
I hope you will.
Whoa, now okay, the art post went up one because someone else posted, I guess, but we'll get to that later. So the art post, it's an article about art. If you really want to read it, and the quality of my video isn't crap, which I hope it's not, then pause it and read away. But yeah, that picture right there, that's a piece of art. Someone painted that, or
It's really a piece of work.
yeah, it looks like a, well, it could be a dude or a girl. I'm not sure. What do you think, Turk?
Judging by the facial features, I would say I have absolutely no idea.
I'm gonna go with a guy with a lot of hair, unless that's like one of the, on Aladdin, he wears that like the towel on the head. Although that's
The turban?
yes, the turban. There you go. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure.
The towel on the head.
I didn't want to say that because that's kind of racist or whatever, but I said it and you didn't get mad, so it's all good. Alright, assassinations, poverty, and hopelessness. Okay, you get to read that one.
Oh, lovely. All right. In a general skim, we can see that, the king of Hungary has been assassinated. Following the treaty imposed by the United States on the Hungarian expansion through the Treaty of Trianon, I think, King Alexander's popularity plummeted. Hungary lost 30,000 men in the war and had to give territories for the First World War. Furthermore, the Hungarian economy is horrible at the moment.
It's a big
both
farm.
in-game, both in-game and like out of game. Crime is up 500%, and lawlessness rules the land. Gangs and organized crime have gone up. Civil war is only being avoided by the governmental oligarchy. Farmers are the most powerful men in Hungary. The current form of government is unknown, actually. Yeah, because the king was killed.
Yeah, it's like a council of made up of farmers and other politicians and crap.
Oh, it's the National Assembly, so Hungary might become a republic this way.
Or something else.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, ex-soldiers gaining attention in Budapest. So the Hungarian Yugoslavian War was pretty successful for them. They got to get Sarajevo, so that's free fish right there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, and I want to go back to the ex-soldier gaining attention, because this is kind of something to watch here. I see this as kind of like a clue for the future. Andreas Nemeth, an ex-officer in the Hungarian army who took part in the war on Yugoslavia, has become a man of small renown nowadays. He has been gaining supporters in slums and inner cities as a man who wishes to restore Hungary. Many in the nation believe in the stab in the back notion that the king betrayed the army and was about to defeat Yugoslavia. He was a man that should be watched, or he is a man that should be watched for possibly in the future. So he already tells you. Me, that's the Hungarian Hitler. Ex-army, gaining power, or gaining fame and followers, and wants to restore Hungary. So either republic or dictatorship. We'll see. I actually have a good idea of what it is, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. Okay, I get New Zealand's post. It's 5 lines. Turk, you are so lucky. The next one's like 5 paragraphs.
I'm so incredibly lucky. Oh my god.
Alright, a new president. The New Zealanders have approved of a government like that of the USA, so a federal republic. We have adopted a similar constitution to the USA. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. The new president is William Macy. This is due to the high demand that the populace of New Zealand wanted. So they wanted that guy and they gave it that guy, so good for them. He has made service in the military mandatory, and he also has given the Maori tribes full citizenship and has vowed to fix New Zealand's economy. Nice.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, I think I read it to you earlier. Alright,
All
now you
right.
get Sweden's.
Ooh, time to use my kebab Russian
Oh,
accent.
yes.
Let's do this. Support for the revolution, with communist groups taking an active role in almost every nation's politics. Sweden has set about funding groups to help proletariat gain power from the bourgeoisie. Yep, he is helping 20 countries turn communist. Sounds like fun.
Your accent was perfect, man. I was about to die the entire time. Great job.
I got this. Notable potential communist states. Poland. After the slaughter of 60,000 Polish soldiers, the government is no longer respected among the Polish community, basically. So that's probably going to happen.
They want
South Africa.
They want to avenge their babies.
They're swimming
Oh,
babies.
yes.
South Africa. Sweden has engaged in talks with most British Empire states, and although some, actually many, show open hostility towards communism, you show kindness, basically South Africa, and it's slowly turning. That's working. Hungary. After the war, many nations in Europe gained a strong communist following, and in nations like France and Germany, backing between 10 and 10 and 20% communists. Hungary and the movement has seen a huge potential for growth, as the mismanagement of the country has destroyed the lives of thousands. Yep.
Alright.
Communism.
Much vodka. Alright, so Poland's three paragraph article for me. Nice. Polish Peasant Party gains clout outside support. The Polish guy's name, a left-wing Polish... Oh, I think he's going historical here. Because that was the guy in charge of Poland whenever Germany went on vacation in 1939, right?
Possibly. Vacation.
A very violent camping expedition. We promise. Anyways, back to this. A left-wing Polish-Lithuanian, formerly a mid-level strategist for Roman Dmowski's Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, has been named the head of the Polish Peasants' Party, the PPP.
Very nice name. I feel like a little kid. Oh my god.
Now to be referred to as the Polish People's Party. So yeah, the PPP. With backing from Sweden, he has seized massive support with a campaign stating equality for all ethnic groups, with a policy condemning Dmowski's policy of an antiquated French-based system of feudalism with a Roman Catholic-based form of government. Belarusian People's Republic have thrown their support to Pilsudski, yeah, the Polish guy, as he has Jewish state, as has the Jewish state of Poland. It'd be funny if Israel got formed in Poland, huh? It would make Palestine very happy.
I'm slightly scared when you say that.
His main opposition in the north now comes from an offshoot Radical People's Party, which is a leftist military pro-ethnic Polish group. Joseph Poland called for the formation of a regional alliance to be dubbed the Intermarium, the KKK 2.0, to be a force of Central European nations as a balance in the region between Western and Eastern imperialism. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch Poland here. If he tries to create like a communist EU, I think I'm gonna intervene. Oh yeah, you got a short one for once. You got Persia's.
Finally, alright. Iran, oh, false claims. Iran has never sided with Egypt nor Turkey on their invasions nor blocking Suez Canal. Iran has sided against their actions in the case of Turkey. Iranian officials worked with the Japanese government. OOC, I was the one who reported Turkish land grabbing. True. Iranian officials feel sorry for this league since it proved to be another Western tool for colonizing nations like us. So yeah, he really did report on Turkey first, and I got to give him points for that. He's hardworking. I don't understand why France wouldn't like him, but I guess it's because
maybe he misunderstood, or he just doesn't like Patriot of Persia. Who knows? And I would have let him in. I mean, I would let Saudi Arabia in too. It keeps them from invading people without consequences. I mean, if they're in the League of Nations and they attack a non-League of Nations person, we can, put pressure on him. But if he's not in the League of Nations and he attacks someone that's not in the League of Nations, then we can't, as the League of Nations, we can't do anything. Alright, now on to Poland's second post now? Yeah, maybe?
possibly.
Who knows?
I think this is just a repeat.
Possibly. Leader of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth gives a speech today summarized as follows. Oh good, he summarized himself. A cry to stop communism from growing into Western Europe by any means necessary. Political and financial aid from Rome. I guess Italy's giving him crap. Formation of an international oversight commission to ensure a fair and legal transition government before the current chaos and instability grows too far out of hand. There were some protesters there, but the minor security detail was swift to silence them and carry them off. Then we have the date and tech progressions. I guess we could kind of highlight the best one in each area. So,
Alrighty.
you want to start with Americas, I guess?
Oh, right, yeah. America, the Americas, North America specifically, is ahead of the tech production as it has 505 out of 1,200, which is very, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Africa is just, it's mainly AI, so
Yeah.
but however, the French Algeria has 78 out of 200, so it's barely on Tech 1. Europe, we have,
Sweden's
we have
the top one,
Sweden?
I think. Yeah, Sweden and Netherlands, and then followed by me. Yeah. Oh, Italy is one ahead of me.
Oh, hold up, Netherlands is one actually first.
Yeah.
It's 307. Wow. Yeah.
Indonesia helps, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
For Russia, nobody is passing Tech 1, and most likely nobody will pass Tech 1 as this civil war goes on.
Yeah.
Because everyone's focusing on military expansion.
Yep. Bukhara is leading that. We read a post from him earlier, I believe. I'm not sure what it... he's invading someone. I don't know who he was anymore. Kazakhstan. I think he was invading Kazakhstan, yeah.
Yep.
And
we'll get to that.
in China, well, you're right over there. You can tell us what's going on in China.
Oh, you want me to jump to that, or just say the tech levels?
Yeah, we'll just finish the tech levels and finish up with DE. Then we can kind of summarize the civil wars and stuff.
Gotcha.
Gosh,
All right.
This is gonna be an hour before we finish it.
Sheesh. All right. I'm gonna try to speed up as much as I can. The Ma clique, which is the Chinese Empire, the brownish color in the center of China, has led everyone by 148 to 200 for Tech 1. So he's most likely going to upgrade to Tech 2 very soon.
Yep.
In the Middle East, we have Iran, which has 203 out of 400 Tech,
Pretty good.
and it's on Tech 2, and that's really fast. And then in Asia, we have the wonderful Empire of the Rising Sun, the beautiful, shiny Empire of Japan, leading the world with Tech 4 and 572 out of 1,200. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Gosh.
It's wonderful.
So much. Okay. Now to find our spot again. The Free District rises. That's anonymous. Okay. Uh, a month following the Day of Wrath, many parties have sprung up and occupied 6th District, aka Free District. Elected leaders of the enclave have managed to win some local support in and outside the barricade. Oh, wait. Yeah, I read that right. Support in and outside the barricades, despite the best efforts of the colonial government to starve us out, we remain able to supply ourselves readily and without effort. As a symbol of the Free District's independence, we have raised the free standard above the General Assembly Hall. List of parties: the Communist Workers' Party, the Social Democratic Party, Het Volk, African Nationalists, Developmentalist, the Colored and Black Association of South Africa, the Republic Party of South Africa. Alright, nice. And then I'll go ahead and finish off South Africa's out-of-character post. As of today, the Union of South Africa has begun the construction of a national railroad reaching every province. The administration has reported that the South African Railway will be completed in 7 to 8 months. So that's 4 days. So he's building them all now, pretty much.
Oh God.
Alright, so we can look.
We're good.
Yeah, we can look at the index of power if you like. Just pause it, look at it. Otherwise, let's get looking around. Oh crap! I have all the units on. No cheating, guys.
Oh thank God, I'm not in this.
Yeah, I don't have you in the picture at the moment, so you're all good. Okay, so you want to start off in Japan then?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I don't know, I guess comment on how your country's doing, what you're planning on doing next, anything you can tell us that's not top secret, and then talk about the Russian and Chinese Civil War, since you can see all that, or at least have a better understanding of what's going on than I do.
Alright, I'm not going to focus much on Japan because Japan is, it's economically booming. We've got harbors everywhere. We're going to get started on railroads everywhere. So that's not very important. Tech is going well. Just progressing as planned. Let's start off with China. The huge Chinese Civil War, the warlord era. So basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 remaining Chinese cliques, which are basically like regions control, factions basically. And we have the major conflict going on between the Ma clique, which is Fog, go to it, highlight it.
I don't know which one that is.
It's the brown one.
Oh, okay, here, this one.
You see that clique is allied to the Xinjiang clique, which is the bluish, the really light blue right next to it. So these two are allied, and they intend to create a constitutional monarchy system. Now we go to the south. We have two little cliques, which are the Yunnan clique, which is the pink. Is that pink or purple? I can't tell.
We'll call it purple.
Purple, yeah. So the purple clique is basically just a rebel clique, which was Indochina. Thankfully, France is doing its land swap well. Thank you, tropical wood. And then we have the Guangxi clique, which is basically Russian archangel. So he gave up on the Civil War and just chose to become Chinese.
Yeah, he got butt banged up in Russia and decided to be Chinese.
Oh God, it was horrible. And then we have the most military clique at the moment, the blue, the heavy blue clique, which is the Fengtian clique, situated in Manchuria. they have the capital at the moment. If they move their capital to Peking, Beijing, the rest of the map will recognize this China as the actual China,
I don't.
and the rest will.
I
Yeah.
don't think. I don't think anyone actually knows that rule. If that's a rule, you may want to.
I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Announce that now.
All right. I'm just gonna repeat it once more. Whichever China takes the capital, Beijing, and moves his or her own capital there, will be recognized as the actual China. The civil war will continue, but all trade relations and relations in general will be opened up with that nation.
Yeah. So, if Manchu China, as I'm going to call it, because I don't remember what the name is, my apologies. If he makes this capital Peking, as it is in this map, you, as non-Chinese countries, can trade with him and recognize him as the Chinese government. He is think of him as the only operating Chinese government, I guess you could say. Alright, I'll give it back to you now, because I went brain dead.
Alrighty. So, basically, what was I gonna say? He's gonna. I basically like. I tried to make a system where it would be the Chinese Civil War style. So, you know how Taiwan is not represented in the UN, but the giant communist China is the People's Republic.
I thought Taiwan was in the UN as an independent nation, and it claims to be national or the Republic of China. Is it not?
Nope, it actually isn't.
Not,
it's very interesting.
It's not in the UN at all.
Nope, it's seen. I don't even think it's seen as an observer state because China basically just vetoes everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because I think in the '60s, communist China, since they actually controlled China, they got the permanent UN. What is it? The Council, Security Council. Yeah, they got that seat from the former government of China, which is now Taiwan. Or if you're on Taiwan, China.
Lots of history.
Oh, yes. Alright, Russia next, or do you have something else over here in the Asian theater to talk about? India is independent, by the way, and is partnered with Pakistan. They're one nation, you can see them as. Vietnam is now French, finally. Indonesia is Dutch, of course. Philippines is united, and he has made airports in every city, although he can't make planes. That is a lot of lumber that he could have sent to the fatherland in return for me not killing him in 1941. Well, nope. I guess I'll have to do that. Okay. You can talk about Russia now if you'd like.
All right. The big Russian Civil War. So, I don't know how many factions there were in the beginning, but there were quite a ton of them. Russian Archangel, for example, the one who is now in China.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah. he was my favorite to win, but unfortunately he completely just obliterated his forces by throwing them at communist Russia.
Right,
and because Soviet fought strong from capitalism peaks, they defended and they fought back. And furthermore, they established an alliance, a short-term alliance with the Russian Empire, basically sovereign.
Yeah, this one right here.
Jack and Sovereign are teaming up on every single remaining Russia. For example, the Siberian Russia. Fog moves to it now.
Oh yeah. Go on it. Yeah. He. What pretty much happened is sort of a backstab, really. But hey, that's a civil war. What can you expect? The now Chinese Russia, or Yunnan. You know what?
Guangxi.
Okay, Guangxi. He was up here. And he pretty much suicided against these forts right here and against the beaches up here. And decided, screw this, I'm going to China. And so they let him go to China. Japan, or Lightning Turk, helped him out with that. So
You're welcome.
So thank him if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. And then yeah, Jack is this pretty blue, and Saab is this baby barf green. Actually, no, I'd say Kazakhstan is baby barf green, but he's still baby poop green. Let's do that, okay? Um,
I feel like Turkestan is more baby food.
you know what? You have a point there. Okay, you know what? The green Russia here, the one that's not a baby's liquid or feces. Um, these two allied, and they're kicking Siberia out of Russia, and he is, yeah, I could scroll in on his capital. He's becoming Paraguay. He's okay. I don't have share map with him, but yeah, he's going to Paraguay. I'm guessing, or he's just quitting. I don't know.
He's already, let me see. He has another unit that's already, like, nearly at, it's 3 days away. It's around Italy.
Okay, so if you want to, intercept him and kill him, that's where he is. So, yeah, these two are going to split this, and then I guess, or maybe this guy's going to get Kazakhstan and then go for Turkestan, and he's going to go up here. And then in like a week or so, I'm not sure what the date is, they're going to have their one-on-one to the death, and whoever wins gets all of Russia and becomes the world's superpower, really. Taking it over from Japan, US, and Netherlands, which I'm hoping communist Russia wins, because I already know I can deal with Jack diplomatically, can agree on things. Sovereign or metallic, that's iffy, and that could keep me from eating Poland possibly, which would not be good, because actually, my bad, I did not mean eating. The only eating I will do in Poland is my breakfast at the hotel at Poland when I go on vacation in my aggressive camping expedition. Yeah, so that's the Russian Civil War for you. In Europe, I bombed out all the units of Switzerland. Belgium is finally unified. Italy has taken the rest of Yugoslavia. Other than that, France is leading the League of Nations. U.S. is occupying Haiti and the Dominican Republic, as we read in the article. He should be taking San Juan sometime, maybe, unless he doesn't want to fight Cuba yet. I don't know. He has the Panama Canal, and Argentina has very quietly and sneakily eaten Uruguay. We have noticed this, Argentina. You're not a ninja. Just, I can't do anything about it. Don't use it against me, please. Alright, and let's see. Anything else going on?
I think that's it, actually.
Oh, CSA, Confederate States of America, which becomes Colombia. They did not complete their land swap, by the way. And he went inactive. So we have an open country if you'd like to be. Colombia, he's open. Other open countries include British Nigeria, right here, against nice and beautiful German Cameroon. German, or not German, it's British now, but Namibia is free. Any other countries that are free that you need filled, Turk?
You want me to explain them all? Because I can just do them all really quick.
Alright, do that then.
Alright, in Africa we have, let's see, we have Abyssinia free.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, basically. If you want to just land swap and not roleplay in the game, we have Nambia free, and Nambia will be going to the UK. Nigeria is free, as Fog had said. We also have in Europe Denmark, which is going to be Danish Greenland. We have Norway, and then in the Middle East we have the French Syria, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's free.
This big purple pink thing, plurple. The plurple country here in Middle East is free.
We have many
Yeah.
plurals.
Is Turkey playable now that he's been banned, or is it locked?
Yeah, he's also free.
Okay, if you'd like to,
Anyone
if
who
you'd
wants
like
to
to be
join.
Turkey and redeem that country in this roleplay, go for it. I'm sure Turk will let you in if you aren't
Save-
Marshall Tillin.
Save the Turks.
Yeah, if you aren't Marshall Tillin, please apply.
Oh, you're
Man.
mean. You're horrible.
Okay. Any in Asia? Burma,
Uh,
right? Burma's inactive. Thailand is inactive, maybe.
Yep, Siam and British Burma. But I think Burma will be invaded very soon, so I don't recommend it.
All right. Other than that, I think we're all full, aren't we?
Yep.
Nice. So, game's pretty much full. Nice. Yeah, so that's all on this 101, or not 101, this 1 hour and 1 minute episode. Episode 4, I believe. Crap, I forgot what episode it is now. Is it 4 or 5?
I think
4.
5.
4? Alright. You know what?
I'm not sure. I'm
I'll
really
know
not
when I
sure.
post a video. So,
Alright.
we'll figure out whenever you get to this point of the video, which is the end. So, thank you for joining us, Turk.
Glad to be here.
Alright, maybe we can do this again. Maybe not for an hour at, starting at midnight again, but, it was
I
fun.
feel like we can speed this up.
Yeah, we can speed it up just a little bit, but, not covering 2 days at once, but, it was fun. I think, people will enjoy this, hearing more than one voice, and yeah, my Skype went off a few times, and, I think, Turk's, Ottoman computer, started trying to take off like an airplane.
I got a ton of spam kebabs, and I just couldn't get rid of them.
And I had an argument with this pop-up thing I got in the bottom right corner that kept telling me that my computer's running slowly, and I just kept hitting X, and it would keep on popping up. But anyways, gosh, I'm dragging along, aren't I now? Alright.
Alright, we're done
Yep,
here.
we're
I'm
done.
out.
So, bye. Like, subscribe, and if Turk makes a channel, we'll let you know what the link is, and you can subscribe to him and enjoy. See you later. Bye.